What if I told you there is a free AI tool that reads your lecture slides, textbooks, and research articles, then becomes your personal tutor that never hallucinates, never makes things up, because every single answer comes directly from your own files. Hi, I'm Waqar Azim. I'm an educator and researcher working as an assistant professor at a government university in Abu Dhabi, UAE. I've been in academia for over a decade, and after a full year of using NotebookLM, I have identified use cases that actually matters for students. In the next 50 minutes, I'm going to show you 18 ways you can use NotebookLM right now to save hours every week, predict exam questions, build literature reviews, prep for Vivas, crush language barriers, and plan your week without burning out. Whether you are in engineering, medical, business, law, or any other discipline, what I am about to show you will change how you study. So stay till the end because the use case number 8 alone is worth the entire video. So what is NotebookLM? It is a free AI tool built by Google. What makes it different from ChatGPT or other AI you have used? Those tools rely only on general training data, so which means they can hallucinate, makes things up, or can give you outdated information. On the other hand, NotebookLMs work exactly the opposite way. So you upload your own files, lecture PDFs, textbook chapters, personal notes, research articles, and from that moment, NotebookLM knows what you have uploaded. Every answer comes with a citation number linking directly to the sentence in your file. So that's the superpower. You can access NotebookLM through the web, or you can download its standalone app for all your mobile devices. To access the NotebookLM through the web, just type notebooklm.google.com. Then it will take you to the sign-in page of the NotebookLM. Then sign in using your Google account. If you don't have any Google account, then you can create a Google account and then sign in. After you sign in, then it will take you to the home page of NotebookLM. Then on top you will see featured notebooks, and then after that there will be recent notebooks which you have recently created. To create a new notebook, click on create new. Then first step is give it a title. I am naming it Newton's Laws of Motion. And you can see there are 3 panels. The left panel is where you upload your sources, and all your sources stays in this panel. And the middle panel is where you chat with your notebook. And then the right panel is the studio panel where you can create audio overview, slide deck, video overview, mind map, reports, flashcards, quiz, infographics, and data table. We will explore all these options in the next use cases. To upload a source, click on add sources. Okay. And then you can see you can upload any type of file, PDF, Word, or text file. Then you can also add a link of a website or a YouTube video. Then you can also add files from a Google Drive, and then you can simply upload a plain text as well. To upload a file, I will click on upload files. Then I will add a file related to Newton's law in the sources. And then you can see you can also search the sources from the web. So you can select the option whether you want to upload sources from the web, or you can also upload sources from the Google Drive. Okay. Then you can also select fast search and deep research. Okay. So fast search for your normal query, and deep research is for your complicated tasks. Okay, so to add sources from the web, I am typing what are the practical applications of Newton's law of motion. So it is searching sources from the web. So you can see it has listed some sources. One option is you can just simply click on import to add all that sources to your notebook. But the best option is first view these resources, then click on view to view these sources. And you can see all sources have an external link. So you can click on external link to check whether this resource is reliable or not. After you check whether this resource is reliable, then you can keep. If it is not reliable, then you can discard that source. You can select which sources you want to keep by checking the box. And if you don't want to include any source, then uncheck this box. Okay. Then click on import. Then all the selected sources will be added to the notebook. And then you see when all sources are indexed, then you can see a brief overview in the chat section. And then after that, you can start typing or start interacting with the notebook. Now let's go through all 18 ways you can use NotebookLM one by one. The first one is weekly synthesis. Review your one subject in 15 minutes. You know that feeling at the end of the every week. You have attended the lectures, you have got a general article to read, your class notes are a mess, and you have 3 to 4 other subjects to deal with. Normally, reviewing one subject properly takes an hour or 2. With NotebookLM, you can do a deep, meaningful review of one subject in just 15 minutes. Let me show you how. Every Sunday evening, pick one subject and create a notebook and name it properly. Like for computer science, I will name it CS301 week 5 review. Then upload everything related to computer science for that week only. Keep it one subject per notebook, because NotebookLM works best when all the sources talks about the same thing. If you mix computer science and chemistry and physics, then you will get the confused output. So keep it one subject, one notebook, 1 week. For this demonstration, I have created a notebook CS301 week 5 review, and I have uploaded lecture slides on CPU scheduling and raw class notes and a general article on CPU scheduling. So after all the sources are indexed, then it will create a brief overview, okay, in the chat window. Then I will ask in the chat, summarize the key concepts covered across all uploaded sources this week and identify the 2 or 3 most important ideas I need to understand deeply before the next lecture. Then I will hit enter. So now it is exploring all the uploaded material. And you can see it has listed the key concepts. The first one is process management and deadlocks, where it has mentioned context switching and deadlocks, then memory management, and then CPU scheduling. And it has also listed most important ideas to understand deeply before the next lecture. So which includes process state and context switching, the concept of time counting in round robin, and then priority scheduling and the starvation problem. And you can see each answer comes with the proper citation. And if you click on any citation, and then it will take you to the exact paragraph in your uploaded files. Okay, so for example, if I click on this citation number, it will take me to the exact paragraph where the process states has been discussed. Similarly, I can ask a follow-up question. Are there any points where the journal article contradicts or adds nuance to what was covered in the lecture slides? So it states that while there are no direct contradictions, the journal article adds significant empirical nuance and real-world data to the theoretical concept introduced in the lecture slides. So it means that there are no direct contradiction, but there are some points where the journal article supports the things mentioned in the lecture slides. So first thing is related to context switching overhead in action. So it states that the journal article adds practical nuance to this by showing how context switching overhead directly impacts the round robin scheduling algorithm. Then the second point is quantifying the starvation problem. Third is introducing a super algorithm, and the fourth one is applying statistical performance concepts. Okay, so next I can further ask, based on all uploaded sources, give me 5 questions I should be able to answer confidently after this week. Include at least one question that requires me to connect ideas from both the lecture and journal article. You can see it start listing the 5 important questions. The first question is related to the process management and deadlocks, and it is from lecture slides. And second one is memory management. It is taken from the raw class notes. And this question is, what is the page fault and why is the LRU page replacement algorithm generally considered better than FIFO despite being more expensive to implement? Okay, and it has clearly mentioned that your professor significantly noted that the LRU is important for your upcoming March 10 midterm, making this a critical concept to master. Okay, it has also listed the professor comments. And then the third question is related to memory management fragmentation. So this is taken from the raw class notes. Then number 4th is synthesizing theory and empirical data, and this is the question which relate lecture and journal article, because this is what I have asked in the prompt as well. And then you can also see you can save your response in the form of a note. Then to do this, click on save to note. Then you can see it, a note has been saved here. And if you click on 3 dots, then there is option you can convert this note into a source. Then this will be added to your sources, and then you can also export this note in the form of a Google Docs. From Monday onward, instead of rereading everything from scratch, spend 5 minutes to review the summary and the 5 question NotebookLM has generated. And you can see it has compressed 2 hours into just 15 minutes for one subject. So you can do this for all your subjects every Sunday evening, and then you will never feel behind again. Second use case is about active learning. Passive reading is the least effective study method. Active learning, testing yourself, is the most effective one. So NotebookLM have built-in active learning tools. For any topic you want to master, create a focused notebook and upload the relevant textbook chapter and your lecture slides. I'm here in my active learning notebook. So I have uploaded a book chapter on macroeconomics, which contains the 2 macroeconomics theories, Keynesian and monetarist. So I want to master these 2 theories. So after the book chapter is indexed, then I will go to the studio panel. In the studio panel, click on quiz, and it builds a multiple choice test with explanations for each answer. Then click on mind map, and it draws the concept relationships across your entire source visually. Click flashcards, and it generates questions and answers cards directly from your uploaded chapter. click infographic and it condenses the key information into a visual summary. You can save and view quickly. And you can customize all these options. For example, if you want to customize quiz, then you can click on this chevron symbol on quiz option. Then it will open the customize option for quiz. So you can select the number of questions, fewer, standard, more, and then you can also select the level of difficulty. You can choose from easy, medium, hard, and then you can also type here that what type of topic you want to include in the quiz or which sources you want to be the part of this quiz. Then click generate, then it will generate the quiz. Similarly, you can also customize flashcards. You can select the number of cards, fewer, standard, more, and the level of difficulty, and also you can mention which topics you want to be included in this flashcard. Then click generate, then it will create the flashcards. Then to customize the infographics, so you can select the language. So it has a different language option to choose from. You can select the orientation, landscape, portrait, square. Then you can select the visual style. There are many visual style to choose from. Then the level of detail, concise, standard, detailed, and you can also describe any color thing which you required. I have already created all these things, so let's explore one by one. So first we will explore flashcards. So you can see on the front page of a flashcard there is a question. Then if you click or you press space, then it will flip the card. Then you can see the answer of this question. Okay, so after you see the answer, then you can also click on explain option. So it will give you the explanation of the answer, and if your answer is correct, then you can click on a tick mark. So then the response will be recorded as a correct answer, and then you will see the next card, and then you can again press enter, or you can click, then you will see the answer of this question. And if this question is wrong, then you can click on this cross symbol, then this response will be recorded as a incorrect response. So similarly, you can click on three dots, so then you can download these flashcards in the form of a CSV file, and then you can use that CSV file to generate the same set of flashcards into special flashcard apps like Quizlet or Anki. Now explore quiz. And then you can see, so there are 6 multiple choice questions. So the first one is if the marginal propensity to consume is 0.75, what is the resulting fiscal multiplier according to the Keynesian theory? So there is also a hint provided for this question. You can check the hint, and then you can select the correct option. So if it is the right option, then it will be marked green, otherwise it will be marked red. Then you can click on explain, it will explain the answer, and then you can move to the next question, and similarly you can practice all the multiple choice questions. Now if we explore the mind map, you can see, so it has created a relationship between different terms in these two theories. Okay, you can click on different nodes to expand them, or you can click this option to expand them, expand all the nodes collectively. Okay, and then when you expanded all the nodes, then you can download this in the form of an image for your later use. So now we can explore the infographics, and you can see it has beautifully created the infographics of Keynesian and monetarist theories, and it has included all the key terms and what is the difference between these two theories, everything in this infographic. And you can download this infographics to be used offline. And for your essay or assignment, you can ask it to create a comparison table. You can create that table directly, or you can customize the comparison table. You can just click on data table and on the chevron symbol, then it will show you the customize option. You can select the language to choose from. Then in the chat you can write the custom instructions. I will write Keynesian versus monetarist views on inflation, causes, cure, and role of government. So it will create the comparison tables based on these requirements. Okay, so if we explore the generated table, then you can see it has beautifully listed all the columns which we asked for: cause of inflation, cure for inflation, role of government, and everything is listed in this table. And then you can click on these 3 dots, and then you can also export this table in the form of Google Sheet for later use. You can see with one notebook, one chapter uploaded, you have flashcards for your cell phone, a quiz for self-testing, mind maps for visual learners, infographics for a quick revision, and a comparison table for your essay, all under 5 minutes. And here is a pro tip. After creating infographics, you can use them as a cheat sheet one night before the exam because it contains all the information from your sources which is directly relevant to what your professor has taught. Next use case is the multimedia magic, and this is a feature which surprises the student most. NotebookLM can turn your uploaded files into podcast style audio review or a video explainer. For this demonstration, I am in a multimedia notebook where I have uploaded the biology lecture slides and cellular respiration diagram PDF. When these sources are indexed, then instead of reading these notes again, I will click on generate audio review in the studio panel, and within minutes I will have an audio review or 2-person podcast discussing the exact same content. So when I click on audio review, so there are some customized options. So I can select the language and I can select the format of the audio review. So first option is the deep dive. So this is the option where you can get the audio reviewed in the podcast style, and 2 persons are discussing your content, and then you can also select the brief and also critique and a debate. Okay, so the beauty of the deep dive is when 2 persons are discussing with each other, you can also become the part of their discussion and you can also ask the question. Then I am selecting brief here, so then I can also choose a language. So there are many language here, so I am selecting English. And then in the instructions, I can also add my custom instructions. So for example, I can write explain this like I am a complete beginner, make this perfect for my final year project Viva, create a step-by-step professional tool. Okay, then click generate, so then it will generate a audio overview. So if we explore the audio overview, I can. So you can see it is discussing what we have asked in the instructions, the step-by-step guide. Okay, so similarly for a video overview, you can click on a video overview, then it will have further customized option. You can select the format, cinematic, explainer or brief. I will select the explainer. Then after selecting the format, you can add custom instruction if you have any, and then there is also option to choose a visual style. So you can choose from many available styles, like you can keep it auto, you can create custom style. I have selected a whiteboard style, then I will click on generate. Okay, so then you can see it has generated a beautiful video explainer, all from the upload sources. So if we explore this video explainer, so then you can see I will click on play button.
You ever wonder about the tiny little power plants running inside every single one of your cells, like 24/7? Well, that's what we're talking about today, cellular respiration. It's this incredible process that turns the food you eat into the energy you need for, well, everything. Every thought, every move, every single heartbeat. So let's get into it.
I mean, it sounds kind of like magic, doesn't it? How does the sugar from a cookie you had at lunch literally become the electrical jolt that helps you form a memory? The answer is this beautiful, multi-step process that pulls out energy with just incredible efficiency.
And you can see how beautifully it has created the visuals, and there is a commentary as well, which explaining every concepts given in the form of visuals. So this is very useful. So after that, you can also click on 3 dots and you can download this video explainer for later use. Similarly, you can also click on 3 dots on the audio overview, and then you can download this audio overview as well, and then you can listen this audio overview while commuting or while you are in the gym. Next is deep understanding, crack the toughest concepts. Every student has that one concept they read 5 times and still do not understand. Maybe it is Bayes theorem, maybe it is enzymes kinetics, maybe it is control systems. We have all been there. So here is how NotebookLM cracks it for you. Upload your book chapter plus your raw notes. Yes, the notes where you wrote things like, I still do not get this. I am in a tough concepts notebook and I have uploaded a book chapter on Bayes theorem and a raw class notes on probability. And after all the sources are indexed, then I will write in the chat, explain Bayes theorem to a beginner, use only my uploaded sources, start with the real world analogy, then show the formula, then walk through a work example step by step. Hit enter. So it started with the explanation of Bayes theorem, then it has provided the real world analogy, then a formula, then there is a step-by-step work example, so which you can easily understand, and also at the end the key insight. Because NotebookLM uses your own resources, so the explanation connects directly with the examples and context your professor has used, so that is what makes it a click. So after you read the explanation, then close the NotebookLM, then write the explanation in your own words on a separate notebook. That is when you truly own the knowledge. Next use case is textbook and raw class note processor. Imagine uploading an entire book chapter and class notes, and within 2 minutes having a structured study guide with learning objectives, key formulas, concept maps, difficult section flagged, and self-test questions at the end. This is what this use case gives you. I have created a note processor notebook, and I uploaded a PDF book chapter on memory management and raw class notes on memory management. So to transform my notes, I will write in the chat, you are a university professor, transform my raw notes into a structured study guide, include core concepts, key terminology, concept relationships, real world applications, common misconception, memory aids, and 5 self-test questions at the end. Hit enter. So you can see it started with the core concepts. Okay, so it listed the core concepts, then key terminology, after that concept relationships, and then real world applications, and at the end misconceptions and self-test questions. Now we switch to the book chapter and ask, break down this textbook chapter into digestible sections, identify the 3 hardest concepts, and provide simplified explanation for each. Hit enter. So you can see it started with the digestible sections. So it has provided 4 to 5 digestible sections of this book chapter. Then it listed the hardest concept. So first it listed the concept, then its simplified form, like for this thrashing and working set concept. First it listed the concept, then its simplified version. So it has listed all the difficult concepts with their simplified version. Here is a pro tip. You can upload your entire book or a book chapter. Then you can ask NotebookLM to generate exam questions from a specific range of pages. Like you can ask create exam questions from pages 45 to 70 of this textbook. Next use case is about research and writing support. If you have a big assignment or thesis chapter is coming up, then this use case is worth of your time today. Create a notebook and upload 20 to 30 research article plus your rough outline or draft. So I am here in my research writing notebook, and I have uploaded 5 open access journal articles on renewable energy policy in developing countries, plus a rough essay draft with incomplete sections and placeholders. So then I will ask in the chat, make a synthesis table of all these papers showing author, methodology, key findings, and limitations. Hit enter, and you can see it started creating the table with authors and year, methodology, key finding, and limitation. So everything which we have asked is listed in the table. So then we can ask a follow-up question. Give me a detailed essay outline on renewable energy policy in Pakistan, including sections on challenges, policy framework, technological barriers, and case studies. So it has created the outline starting with introduction, then challenges, then policy framework, then technological barriers and case studies, and at the end conclusion. Then use inline citations. NotebookLM gives you as your reference anchor, then write the paragraph in your own words with citation as your foundation. Next use case is literature review ninja. Writing a literature review is one of the most time consuming parts of any thesis. Students typically spend 10 to 15 hours on organizing sources, finding the connections, and identifying the gap. NotebookLM compresses that into an hour. Upload 20 to 30 research articles on a same topic into a single notebook. And I'm here in my research writing notebook where I have uploaded 5 open access research articles on renewable energy policy in developing countries. When these sources get indexed, then start with the big picture. I will ask in the chat, generate a synthesis table showing how the research findings and policy recommendations across these papers have changed from the earliest to the most recent publications. Use these columns: author and year, main argument, key finding, and policy recommendation. Hit enter. So you can see it has created a table with all that columns: author and year, main argument, key finding, and policy recommendations. So these are the critical parts of any literature review. You can see 3 hours of manual work is done in seconds. You can already see how the field has shifted over time. Now go deeper and ask in the chat, what are the main research gaps, contradiction between authors, and suggested future directions across all uploaded papers. So it started with main research gaps, okay? Then it listed the contradictions and differing perspectives between authors, and then at the end suggested future directions. Examiner will ask in the Viva, what gap does your research feels? NotebookLM just handed you the answer. Now push it further and ask in the chat, which 2 or 3 papers have the most directly opposing arguments? Summarize the core disagreement in plain language. So you can see it started with the most directly opposing arguments are found between these 2 papers, okay? And then it listed the core disagreement where most interesting thesis research lives. So here is a pro tip. After your synthesis table is ready, then ask in the chat, based on these gaps, suggest 3 research questions that directly address what is missing. You will have a short list of thesis directions in minutes. Next use case is exam question predictor. This is a use case which I promised you at the start, and yes, this is as powerful as it sounds. Before any exam, upload 3 things into a single notebook. Number 1, the full course syllabus. Number 2, 3 to 5 years of past exam papers. Number 3, all of your study material and lecture notes. I have created a exam predictor notebook for a computer science exam, and I have uploaded a full course syllabus, then 3 past paper from the past 3 years and raw class notes. And after all these sources get indexed, I will ask in the chat, based only on the syllabus, past paper patterns and my notes, predict 20 likely exam questions, include a mix of MCQs, short answers and one long question. Provide complete model answer. And you can see it started with multiple choice questions, and it has created 15 multiple choice question, and each multiple choice question has 4 plausible answers, and it has also listed a model answer for each multiple choice question. And then section B is short answer questions with model answers, and then at the end there is a one long question with model answer. Then you can ask NotebookLM to convert these predicted questions into a quiz. Self-test every day in the week before exam. This is not cheating. This is a smart, targeted exam preparation using your own material. Next use case is grammar and clarity checker. Academic writing is a skill. For many students, especially those whom English is a second language, grammar and clarity are real challenges. NotebookLM can act as your personal writing assistant. For this purpose, I have created a writing tools notebook, and I have uploaded a academic writing guide, and I am pasting a sample paragraph directly into the chat. The paragraph has deliberate grammar errors, passive voice and vague language, exactly the kind of writing many students submit. So after that, I will ask, check this paragraph for grammar and clarity, preserve my original meaning, show a side-by-side comparison, and explain each major change in one sentence. And you can see it has listed original paragraph and corrected paragraph side by side, and after that it has provided the explanation for each major changes with correction. Here is a pro tip. If your professor has given you a feedback like language is weak, then paste that feedback into the chat too and ask NotebookLM to fix what your professor has mentioned. Nothing loses marks faster than incorrect citation. So here comes our 10th use case, reference and citation formatter. APA, MLA, Chicago. Each style has its own rules for capitalization, italics, punctuation, and DOI format. For this demo, I opened the notebook of research writing, and I have uploaded an academic citation reference guide, and I am pasting 3 intentionally messy references directly into the chat, which has wrong capitalization, missing DOIs, inconsistent general formatting, so you can see exactly what NotebookLM corrects and flags. After that, I will ask in the chat, convert these references into APA 7th edition format, validate capitalization, general italics, volume and issue numbers, page numbers and DOI. Flag any missing fields. You can see it has converted all 3 references into APA format, and it has also listed validations and correction applied, and also flagged the missing fields, and it has done for all 3 references. Then I can ask a follow-up. Now convert the same list to MLA 9 and Chicago notes bibliography format. Show all 3 side by side for comparison. So you can see it has converted the 3 references list into APA 7th edition, MLA 9th edition, and similarly Chicago 17th edition, and they are all listed side by side. So this is how you can convert or format any reference for your essay or research article. Next use case is research paper structure building. Starting a research paper from scratch is the most mentally draining parts of the university. You know roughly what you want to say, but you don't know how to structure it. And staring at a blank page for 2 hours is not the answer. Here is a fix. Instead of building your structure from nothing, you build your structure from your uploaded sources. I opened the research writing notebook, which already has my journal articles and rough essay draft. After that, I will ask, based only on my uploaded sources, build me a detailed literature review outline for a 300-word paper on renewable energy adoption in developing countries. Include sections, 3 to 4 key points per section drawn from the papers, and suggested word count for each section. And you can see it has started building the structure of the research paper, and the first section is introduction and also the suggested word count, and then the second section is resource potential and technological pathways with suggested word count, which is 550 words, and then similarly the third section and fourth and fifth section, and then at the end conclusion. You can see NotebookLM is not inventing a generic structure. It is reading across your sources, organizing what is already there into a logical argument. Here is a pro tip. Once you have the outline, paste it into a Google Doc and use it as your writing contract. Blank page anxiety disappears completely because you are not starting from nothing. You are just filling in sections which are already there. This use case is about programming and bug fixing assistant. If you are a computer science and engineering student, then this is a massive time saver. For this demo, I have created a programming notebook and I have uploaded CS101 Python assignment 3 brief, and I am pasting a buggy function directly into chat so you can watch the debugging conversation happen in real time. So then I will ask in the chat, this Python function returns incorrect results. Explain the bug step by step without writing the complete solution. Guide me how to fix it so I actually understand it. Hit enter. Now you can see it states that there are 2 errors. The first one is the logic error in your loop, and it also listed the issue and how to fix it. The second one is the hidden division by 0 bug, okay, and then it listed the issue and how to fix it. This is how you can debug or troubleshoot any error in your programming. So here the critical instruction was without writing the complete solution, because you want to understand the fix, not just to copy it. This understanding is what saves you in the exam. This use case is about lab reports and data wizard. Lab reports eat time. You finish the experiment, you have your own data. Now you have to write a full report with discussion, analysis and citations. This use case cuts that process dramatically. For this demo, I have created a chemistry lab report notebook and I have uploaded titration protocol PDF and a screenshot of data table with 3 trial measurements. Then I will ask, analyze the trends and patterns in the lab data and identify any anomalies. And you can see it has identified the patterns and it has also listed the anomaly. The primary anomaly in the data set is found in trial 2. Similarly, I can also ask, which statistical test should I use for this type of data and why? And you can see it says the provided sources do not specify a particular inferential statistical test to use for this data. So which means that we didn't uploaded any source which can provide information which test should be used for this type of data. It still suggested 2 types of tests based on the type of dataset. The first one is Dixon's Q test and the second one is student's T test. I can further ask, draft the discussion section with proper citations to the theory in my uploaded protocol. And you can see it has beautifully drafted the discussion section with proper citation. Copy the discussion draft, edit it with your own interpretation of the results and upload the graphs manually in Word or Excel file. Here is a pro tip. Add your professor's grading rubric in the same chat. Then ask, does my discussion draft addresses all the rubric criteria? What is missing? Next use case is the language barrier breaker. For many students, the biggest challenge is not the concepts themselves. It is the dense academic language in which those concepts are written. A 40-page journal article is impossible to read if English is your second or third language. And NotebookLM solves this for you. I am in a language support notebook and I have uploaded a journal article on renewable energy transition. When this article is indexed, then I will ask in the chat, explain section 2 of this paper, the literature review, in simple English. For the 5 most technical terms in that section, provide a brief Arabic and Urdu translation alongside the English explanation. And you can see it has divided the literature review part into 4 main parts. Okay, the first one is the multi-level perspective. Second one is institutional theory. Third one is fossil fuel subsidies. And the fourth one is real world evidence. Then after that, it has listed the 5 most technical terms. And then first is listed the term with its English explanation, then its Arabic and Urdu translation. Similarly, second, third, fourth and fifth term with their English explanation and Arabic and Urdu translation. After that, you can ask in the chat, make bilingual flashcards, English term on the front, Urdu plus a simple English explanation on the back. Then it will generate flashcards, and if we explore the flashcard, then you can see, so the English term is on front page, then it's Urdu translation and English explanation is on the back side. And there are almost 40 cards which have English term and its Urdu translation with English explanation. As you get comfortable, gradually shift asking the full English version. Use audio overview feature at the same time to improve your listening comprehension. Next use case is group project Supercharger. Group projects are notoriously difficult to coordinate. Everyone does their own research separately and no one can agree on what to include. So the final product seems like 3 different people wrote 3 different documents. Here is a fix. Create a notebook and share the link to all group members. Each group member will upload their own section, their Google Drive slides, collected research articles, and personal notes. I'm inside the group project notebook and I have uploaded the input from all group members. When this notebook is created, then you can click on this share button to share it with other group members so they can also upload the information by themselves. After all the sources are indexed, then I will ask in the chat, combine all our uploaded sources into one clean project brief with a unified argument. And you can see it has combined all the input into a unified brief argument. Similarly, I can ask generate strong debate points for both sides of our central question using all uploaded material. First, it defined a question, okay, then it gave us a side A which is in agreement with the question, and then there is a side B which says no to this question, okay, with the proper explanation. Then I can also create a slide deck, okay. You can click on slide deck, then you can see further customize option. You can choose the format from detailed deck or presenter slides. Then you can also select the language, and you can also select the length, and you can also describe if you have any custom instruction, okay. And if we explore the generated slide deck, then you can see the slides are beautifully constructed with proper infographics and visual diagrams, okay. Then you can click on these three dots, and you can simply download this slide deck in the form of PDF or in the form of PowerPoint. And after you download the slides, then you can practice them together. Next use case is presentation and Viva Dominator. Viva or thesis defense is one of the most stressful moments of university. You have to defend months of work confidently and answer unpredictable questions from the committee. I am inside the Viva Prep notebook where I have uploaded chapter 3 of my final year project thesis, which contains the methodology section, okay. And then when it is indexed, then I will ask in the chat, generate 20 tough questions my thesis committee might ask about my methodology and findings. Include strong sample answer for each. And then you can see it has generated 20 questions with the possible answers. Then I can further ask, what are the 3 weakest arguments in my thesis? How should I defend them? And you can see it has listed the 3 weakest arguments. The first one is the use of an outdated and geographically restricted dataset, and what is the weakness and how to defend it. The second one is the lack of domain specific explainability due to PCA, and the third one is the artificial distortion of data with weakness and how to defend it. And then after that, you can also click on slide deck to create slides for this final year project thesis, and then when slides are created, you can download them, and then you can use that slides to practice for the Viva or final oral examination. Here is a pro tip. Upload 2 to 3 strongest theses from your department as a reference. Then ask, how does my methodology compare to this? Where is it stronger? Where does it fall short? Then you will get the idea of strengths and weaknesses of your thesis. Next use case is internship and job prep machine. University doesn't end at the exam hall. You are also preparing for your career. And NotebookLM can help you with that too. When you are applying for a job or internship, upload these 3 documents in a single notebook: your updated CV, a complete job description, and any company reports or industry articles you found. I have created a job prep notebook, and I am applying for the post of junior software engineering, and I have uploaded job description and my updated CV. So when these sources are indexed, then I will ask in the chat, write a tailored cover letter that matches my CV to this specific job description. Highlight my most relevant skills and experiences. And you can see it has created a beautiful cover letter, okay, with my relevant skills and experience highlighted. Then I can further ask, give me 15 realistic mock interview questions based on my CV and this job description. Include strong sample answers for each. And you can see it has created the most relevant 15 mock questions with the answers, okay. And you can easily master these mock questions, and the answers are also given. And further, I can ask, build me a practical 30-day skill up plan to make me more competitive for this role. And now you can see it is constructing a 30-day skill up plan. And for week 1, bridge the Java enterprise gap, and then week 2, deepen DevOps and containerization skills, and then similarly week 3, master automated testing in a new ecosystem, and then week 4 is refine agile concepts and interview readiness. And this is how you can prepare for any job interview using NotebookLM. The last use case is burnout proof weekly planner. The hardest part of the university is not the exam, it is sustaining your energy week after week. Generic study schedules never work because it doesn't account your actual life. Here is the smartest approach. At the start of every week, create a notebook, upload your course outline, your schedules, and a personal note about yourself. Something like, I got low energy after 8 p.m. I work best in 2 hours block. I have to go for family dinner at 7 p.m. etc. I'm inside my weekly planner notebook where I have uploaded a course syllabus and weekly deadlines for the whole week. After these sources are indexed, then I will ask in the chat, build me a realistic weekly study schedule, prioritize my weakest subjects, work around my evening energy dip. And you can see it has started building the weekly schedule. And it says, I have built a schedule for the upcoming week that accommodates your evening energy dip by ensuring all serious studying ends by 8 p.m. And you can see it has created the schedule for the whole week by considering my all preferences. Follow the schedule, add quick notes about what actually happened, then regenerate updated schedule on next Sunday based on what worked and what did not. Let's talk about best practices of using NotebookLM so that it works for the whole semester rather than just for one exam. So number 1, create one notebook for one task or one subject and name it clearly. Like you can name it Stat 201 final exam rather than just naming it statistic. Number 2, use custom instructions to tell NotebookLM how you want it to respond. For example, you can ask it to explain at undergraduate level, or you can ask it to give a step-by-step solution. Add your own typed notes into the resources. This makes your personal thinking part of the knowledge base. Review your notebooks every Sunday. Archive the completed task. Add new materials as the semester progresses. So there you have it. 18 genuinely useful, immediately applicable ways of using NotebookLM as a university student. Not hype, not theory, practical workflows that save you hours every single week. Please remember, AI can make mistakes, so review the output before using it. If this video saved you time or you find it genuinely useful, then please hit the like button and subscribe if you want more practical AI workflows. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.